Hey guys, Jonah here. Welcome back to Supermarket Sunday. This is the series of kind of reviews and stuff that I look at the beers that you can possibly get from UK supermarkets and stuff like that. A couple of other people are doing this kind of stuff, but my one is called Supermarket Sunday. And we are at a slightly different place today. We are at Coop, or Go Up, it says down the bottom there. There we go. And Fyne Ales I'll come back to, but this one is called Limited Edition Munro Pale Ale, and it's for Co-op, but it's bottled by Robinson's Brewery. You got a lovely little neckerchief. Robinson's, but weirdly it says Fyne Ales here, and if you look at the picture here, there's sort of camping and glamping and all sorts of stuff, and I think this is to do with the festival that they do. So I think this is a special one released for the festival. Let's see if we can read. Ugh, if it will focus on there. I'm sure it will at some point. Pale ale at 4.2%. Bright and refreshing. This pale ale bursts with citrus and tropical fruits, aromas, lime and melon, crisp grapefruit bitterness, backed up by a smooth light malt base with a touch of coconut. Interesting. A long and zesty finish, blah, blah, blah. Okay, fair enough. So they haven't actually told us anything about why this is a Robinson's beer, but it says Fyne Ales, and this definitely looks like the campsite at their festival, FyneFest, and it's called Munro. And there is a group of mountains in Scotland called the Munros, and if you do all, you can tick them if you go up to the top of some of them. And I know that the Fyne Ales is up there. I've actually been to Fyne Ales brewery. Absolutely cool. It's near Inverary, a lovely, lovely place. Like I say, if you fancy a beer festival and camping in the middle of it's like in the middle of a valley basically, with hills on either side and a big loch at the bottom. Really, really cool. Look it up. Look it up. Anyway, let us see what we get. So we got the Blade of Doom. There we go. Get that bad boy out of the way. Because this is a 500, got the pint glass, you see. Chuck it in there. There's nothing special. In fact, this one, for a 4.2% beer, this was over £2. And I was thinking, should I get it? Should I not get it? And then I thought, no, I will get it because it's an exclusive one. But yeah, paying a tiny bit more than I would usually pay for such a beer. Anyway, boom, boom, shake the room. Welcome to Supermarket Sunday. There we go. Now, from the descriptors of the different hops used, could probably take a guess at some of them, especially touch of coconut and that kind of thing. Definitely points at some specific hops, and the tropicalness does too. But I'm definitely getting that kind of grassy, citrusy, lemony kind of aromas, which implies to me that, well, it calls to me as citra hops. But I think there's going to be some other hops in there too. What they are, I don't know. What I do know, though, is that there's hardly any head whatsoever. That is very much lacking head, and not maybe because not much carbonation. Colour is fine. Tiny bit hazy, which is, is it supposed to be a pale ale hazy? I mean, it's pretty clear, but it does have a touch of haze. Oh, look, there I am. You can see me through there. But a touch of haze. Might be chill haze, but look at that. Not a touch of head at all. Ridiculous. Anyway, let's dive in. Let's see what we get from this bad boy and enjoy the weekend. Oh, there's motorbikes on as well. That's why I'm wearing my motorbikey hat today. Cheers. And of course, beers to you. Oh, yeah, definitely a clean, crisp, um, reasonably bitter start. The lemon and lime is there. Um, Weirdly, that kind of grassiness, that kind of what I would call citra, doesn't. Perhaps it's there. Maybe they used it more for the aromatics, which is a surprise, because it's the most common hop in the world, as I always say, or the most commonly grown hop in the world. Um, but yeah, this is balanced quite nicely. So they've used quite a few different hops, I'd say, in there. There's definitely a bit of bitterness, a little bit of sourness, tiny bit of juiciness, which implies, something else, maybe a touch of Simcoe or something like that. But it's all quite light. It's not offensive. The bitterness is definitely there, and the rest of the hops are kind of, yeah, a bit muted in the background. But that's fine. This is a pale ale. It's only 4 and a bit percent. Easy drinking. This is the kind of thing you could drink in a campsite, as long as you pick up your litter before you go. That's really important. Don't throw bottles and stuff and just leave them lying around. Ooh. Especially if you're camping. A lot of people do, and it's yeah, it makes you a jippo basically. Right, let's dive in for some more. Oh, by the way, if you're enjoying this, why not think about subscribing to the channel? Give me a thumbs up. Both of those things do help me out. Um, Obviously, we want to grow the channel up a bit. And drinking beer is the name of the game, especially for me. But yeah, nice to do with beers like this on a Sunday. Okay, I'm getting a little bit of subtle fruit, perhaps bordering on sort of peach or some sort of light stone fruit, something along those lines. Traditionally, that's been either, if you're thinking UK wise, something like Goldings hops, or if you're looking in the US, perhaps a Cascade or one of the other hops in that C group, if you know what I mean. There's a few Cascadey type hops, and it's not Centennial. I know that for a fact. One of my favourite hop. Well, I say that they'll go, "Oh yeah, it's got Centennial here." It doesn't taste like that to me. Yeah, this one's interesting because this is all about yeah, the bitterness. The bitterness definitely for me um, outweighs the actual hop flavour and potentially, yeah, the hop aroma as well. But I'm thinking it's kind of a mix of, well-known hops, and I'm going with something like, yeah, Citra and yeah, Goldings or another sea hop from America. Yeah, that bitterness is definitely in there. So it's I mean, the reason I said Simcoe earlier on was not because it tastes like that orangey kind of normal thing, but it's that kind of sour fruitiness that you get sometimes. Um, but yeah, I'm kind of thinking maybe it's not that now. Maybe it's just the bitterness coming through. Who knows? But yeah, easy drinking. Nice that it's a bigger bottle and all that kind of stuff. Shame it was a bit more expensive. But it's a special edition, or a limited edition, does it say? Uh, there you go. Bottled in Stockport by Robinsons. Where does it say? There you go. Limited edition beer. And yeah, Co-op, Fyne Ales, blah 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 blah. Wonder if they brewed that beer for FyneFest, which is earlier on in the year, the festival that they hold. It's a beer festival and a music festival, and all the family kind of happy stuff as well. Um, Usually the end of May, the May bank holiday. So that was a long time ago, but yeah, maybe they held some of it back and bottled it and then sold it out through Co-op. I can't remember what there is a shop. No, there is a Co-op actually Inverary. Been in there, and they have quite good deals actually. But I got this from the local co-op instead. You can see that we have got a few little tide lines on the glass from where I've been drinking. But because of the lack of head, there's not too much going on if you were thinking about foam watch, which I kind of always do, but yeah, not too much going on there. But yeah, just a nice mellow pale ale. This reminds me of the pale ales of the good old days, sort of back in the sort of 90s, early 2000s, that kind of region where a lot of people were basically yeah, coming from what we would call bitter or light bitter in England and the UK to pale ale coming from the American style. Yeah, which is kind of interesting. Well, it is for someone like me anyway. Let's get this finished off and you guys can, yeah, get on your way and all that kind of stuff. You'll have had your tea. That's what they used to say. Boom. And there we go. Another supermarket Sunday. If you find this out and about, like I say, it's limited edition, but you know, it wasn't hard to find. Let me know what you think of Munro Pale Ale. And that's yeah, available at Co-op. Guys, this has been Unclejona. Please take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. Remember to drink some beer. Join me down below in the comments. Let me know what you think. And I'll be back with another beer review, maybe another supermarket Sunday. And that's coming up real soon.